Hi, we're here for another game of today. We're seeing Sovereign Nation, and which is on the right side, blue with Jock, Sovereign Nation and Jonas, and we've got CEU later and Swingley with orange team. Guess we'll have the overlays up in a minute or two, but right now, where this is like the two EU teams. Yeah, both EU teams right now are going against each other, so this will be interesting to see. We won't have too much ping. You don't have too many ping issues, and I think region to region, I think EU generally has okay ping.
You take flu shots. Well, then
So
that's impressive.
we'll see. I don't really have any predictions for this match. I think personally both teams are evenly matched. I've seen both of them do fairly well before. Um, Obviously I haven't. So right now in loadouts we see
Basement.
Swingley's team with Quad Nova right now. I haven't seen that in a while. Usually you see some form of meteor as well, or comet, just because how powerful they both are. It's force multipliers. But we are seeing a little bit of phase coming out. We see a phase on Swingley's team, along with a threat scan. On Jock's team, we've got triple heal and threat scan. We're also going double det and double insta, and on it looks like they're basically a mirror matchup when it comes to ordinances.
That's not.
So we'll see how well they make use of this. They're playing Dyson, which again is like the most common map you see. You barely see any other like fission or combustion right now. Mostly we're seeing Dyson and Surge of all things, because like usually most people like don't like Surge, but a lot of teams are playing it. Probably because they feel like it's one-sided or the other. They feel like they can get a free win off of it maybe. If they lose the first one, it's like Surge is like their back pocket pick almost, but I never really see it work out that way. So maybe we'll see more of other maps get in sooner.
Maybe we'll see some new maps just in general.
Maybe. Although there is, the map is open. We're seeing both teams rushing out. Looks like Swingley's pushing straight into Orange Tunnel. They're on tunnel and they're just gonna try and sit in there, which does make sense for their loadout. We already see an early phase come out from Dan Scott. It's like Vibenator takes out Dazzy and Swingley takes out Voodoo. Jock gets the refrag on Dan Scott. Looks like Sovereign Nation here is just kind of they got triple or double meteor and one comet, or two comets here. It looks like the Sovereign's probably just gonna try and pick them away from range. Right now, it doesn't look like CEU later can really do anything about this because they can't really like move away from the point because they're on Nova. So I'm getting a lot of lag on my side. It's kind of choppy, but it looks like Sovereign takes the whole point. Like Dazzy pops off with a triple, basically wiping out all of CEU later on his own. Vibenator takes down Voodoo, I think it was, but still wasn't enough to try and take it. We see EU pushing straight into Orange Tunnels again here. I guess they're gonna try and bring these fights into brawler range and just try and beat the crap out of the other team here. It looks like we're seeing Alu trying to get like a weird flank going on here, or something else. Not really. Oh, we see trying to get a flank here with Jock. And is it going to pay off for him? No, he just gets instantly demolished. He does use a detonator, and Alu just gets all that damage healed away. Oh, they might get a pick on him. He's really hurt. Sovereign is really contesting this point, and looks like it's kind of like neck and neck right here. Oh, it looks like Swingley's team has taken the brunt and the short end of that stick. Dazzy once again popping off with the triple, and Jonas cleaning up Dan Scott to get the full wipe there. It looks like both teams have been doing a good job of playing together and like rotating things. They've been fighting on the point a lot too. I'm interested to see if Swingley's team's gonna try to switch off the Quad Nova. Jock kills himself with his detonator, but Dazzy gets another kill on Dan Scott. So right now it's neck and neck with 3-on-3. Jonas takes another with Alu 92, and then Voodoo takes Swingley down. Vibenator does take Dazzy down, which seems like an important kill. He was doing really well. Oh, Vibenator goes down, and that looks like Swingley's team is done. It looks like Swingley's team is just staggering in by themselves again. Oh, we do see Dan Scott switching off to Meteor now, so they've gotten tired of it. Because look, even though they've been winning these team fights, they haven't made any points right now. We see an interesting detonator here by Swingley. Can he get the kill? Nope, he just gets taken out by Jonas instead. Sovereign's been having a pretty dominant performance on this point right here. It looks like that Swingley's team was really trying to get in there, but it was just they were unable to really close any kind of gaps with all those Novas. And Sovereign just saw that coming and just laid them down with meteors and comet fire, pinging them from a distance and then just ending them as they try to get close.
Yeah, that was a real rough match for See You Later there. You know, I think they really did have a lot of close range firepower, but the long range really worked for Sovereign Nation, being able to clear out the enemies before they made it to point.
Yeah, especially like with all the quad novas and stuff they were playing, they had to play super together, and then Sovereign went, okay, you want us to close together, we'll just spam meteors at you, and that's just what happened. And CEU later just didn't like adapt at all to that. Again, we see CEU later just pushing straight into close range tunnels, and we see Sovereign taking their preferred position out to the point. Looks like we got Swingley trying to get a flank. Going here on his own, he might try and jump on those two right there. Is he gonna go for it? Oh, he's going for it. He's backing off. He doesn't. Oh, he's gonna try and grab Jonas with what it looks like here, and that's just not gonna happen, I don't think.
Yeah, that was too risky.
Oh, yep, that was too risky. Although he did die with his team, he did die close around, which means he gets to like stay with his team more or less. But CEU later again is just pushing straight in. It seems like they had similar issues with Quantum, where well, they just don't really like want to stay together as much, like on spawning. We do see Vibenator going in with the insta heals. He gotta get Jock, and he gets Jock. Dan Scott and Alu do go down, and we see the meteors just laying down fire on the point. Voodoo just end the rest of the team, and that's it. Dazzy just cleans the last one up, and once again, we see Sovereign jumping out of the point here to try and get the stagger, but looks like Alu is like fast enough to try and get in on the point by himself, and he's just gonna get clapped for that too. He tried to contest for no particular reason, I think, other than just to contest. So, looks like we do see Swingley switching to Comet again, I guess because they're trying to play away from that long range, but I just don't think that they're going to be able to... Like, we see double Meteor and double Comet still on Sovereign. They haven't had any reason to switch up their loadout. Like, again, we just dominant performance by Sovereign, just crushing almost every chance, like, immediately later. Like, there we go. We see another Alu goes down, Swingley. Oh, but we do see Sovereign losing 3 members at once. They may get the point here. I'm thinking Swingley's gonna get. Yep, Swingley does get the point here, but it's instantly contested. They do get 3%. Looks like they're starting to rack up, but again, Sovereign is just pushing straight in. They're actually looks like they're arranging themselves around the point, and they're gonna try and get some fire off. Ooh, but Jock and Voodoo get pushed out by those Novas, and I guess that's why they're trying to pick a lot of them there. We see Dazzy trying to back off here. Oh, he's getting kind of surrounded here. Is he gonna be able to get that kill on Alu? Doesn't look like it. Though Swingley and Jock do go down, so it is a 3-on-3. But Blue does have the advantage here on spawn times.
See You Later has the advantage currently with time. It's kind of interesting. I wouldn't expect them to have such like a comeback.
Yo, yeah, they did. It's like, my opinion is, I think like once Sovereign lost the point, they're a bit hesitant to push into all those Novas, and they got rushed a little bit, and they just got soaked. They just got like kind of sucked into the fight there and lost. But now you see they have the point here. Oh, we see a little bit of trash talk by Jonas. Trash talking the other common occurrence. We've been seeing we've seen some phase out of CEU later, and I'm not sure if it's really working for them. There we go. Jonas finally finishes it off for a triple on CEU later, but Dan does refrag for Voodoo, so a give and take here. But again, Sovereign here is just racking up those points, and you saw a really good push by 2 of Sovereign members to try and push it off, but Jonas killed him anyway. So it looks like they gave up. It looks like they did give up the point, but that's possibly the point because they get good spawn even if they lose this fight. But it looks like they're gonna. Oh yeah, they're gonna get this. There's 3-on-1 right here. Triple. Yep, there you go. He just got deleted by a bunch of Meteor. Looks like Sovereign is now playing triple Meteor and 1 Comet. Looks like Voodoo switched off Comet. Makes sense with again, looks like Swingley switched off Comet back to triple Nova. What do you think, Trez? What do you think we need to see out of Swingley Swingley's team if they really want to pull this back?
Well, I think that they still could, but what's going to take is more tunnel. I mean, right now they're just kind of trickling in from the outside. Got a little bit of careless, split up a bit. If they would boost in together from the outside, they'd have the chance, but I just saw a few guys kind of stop there on their way in.
Yeah, like, I think the issue with Swingley is that whatever they're doing is they need to do it, their team needs to go 100%. Because right now they're playing close range, but aren't going in when they should. And they're playing long range, and again, they're they're playing a close range rain out, and they're just too scared to get in. But at the end of the day, if they need to win, they can't be scared. They just start slamming those heals on themselves, start stacking it, and just go, okay, well we have to get in now. Because once they get on the point, like Sovereign looked really scared to try and take it. Like they would kind of sit outside the point for a while and then just kind of like ping bullets at it until they felt like they had a chance to do it. And I think Sovereign like had some good plays there. Like once they took the point, like said, Sovereign got a little bit scared. And I think they needed to try and do that a bit more. You see the stats, like again, the stats like aren't everything, but the kill differential here or the elimination differential is honestly insane. Like Sovereign really had the upper hand of that, like the entirety of the game. So I'm curious to see what map we're gonna see next. I wonder if we're gonna see Surge, but I think that would be really, really bad for Swingley's team. Because, like, we saw here that Sovereign was really good with Meteors, and they were just laying down that fire, and again, if they try and play Surge, they're just gonna get dominated by Sovereign's Meteors. I think their best bet right now is, honestly, Combustion. I think they have a better chance on Combustion here with the Quad Nova loadout, because you see a lot of teams. You can play, like, Triple Nova here on Combustion would work a lot better than on other maps. Again, on Fission, you need to have a long range on payload, whether you're defending or attacking, and I think the way the current loadout would be, I think Combustion would be their best bet. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. Combustion would probably be their best bet. We'll see what they choose, though. I see a lot of Surge choices lately, so it could be Surge again.
I personally don't think they're going to choose Combustion. You see a lot of teams not liking it. Like my team, we actually love Combustion. We like Combustion's our favorite map, personally. It's just so much fun to play around. There's a lot of different angles and stuff. Dyson is just, you can just feed on the enemy until they die. You can like, on attack side on Surge, if you're good enough, you can just walk across on a mountain of corpses, and you can do the same thing on Dyson, where you can just like kind of force your way in just by dying and repeating it over and over and over again until the enemy team just can't spawn fast enough. Yeah, the loadouts are really strange on both teams. They're playing phase on Novas, which are really interesting. I'm not sure how like well it was working for them. I didn't really get to see a lot of it either because Dan Scott either just used it before, or maybe he switched off of it, or just he died before he had a chance to use it. Not really quite sure. I mean, we saw like mostly standard loadouts from Sovereign. They played a lot of heals and one threat skin. At most, you might play double threat skin, but it's up in the air about that. My personal opinion is 3 heals are really good. Double threat scan on some maps can do, especially if you want to make sure you have complete control of vision.
Yeah, usually I go with the heals personally, having one threat scan around, and sometimes two. It can be useful, but as long as you have a few insta heals to make up for it, then you should be okay.
Oh yeah, I feel like I could see that too. If you want to play an insta heal heavy loadout, you could definitely grab an extra threat scan, but you got to make sure you're rotating those insta heals properly. If you just dump like 3 of them at the same time on somebody's person, then you just screwed all your heal. You just screwed like your entire team out of all their heals for like the next 30 seconds. So
yeah.
Oh, it looks like they're talking about Combustion. I think maybe they will do Combustion. It'd be exciting to see Combustion, honestly. I really do enjoy it, and I think, oh yeah, you can hear them talking about regions and stuff too.
All right, well, I'm gonna roll to the video of our sponsors while we wait for them to pick
cool.
our map.
probably picked this
Well,
one 'cause
we're
I'm
seeing
Fish.
Fission here, which is better than Surge, honestly. I was kind of worried they'd pick Surge. Still, this is like a really good, like, they can just play a ton of meteors on payload, so I think a capture point would have worked better for Swingley.
Yeah.
But we're seeing a different loadout out of Swingley's team, double Nova, double Pulsar. We are seeing triple insta-heal, a detonator, and then 2 threat scans, 2 long heals. So we'll see that works out for them. That's again like a more or less fairly standard loadout. They switched out a threat scan for a heal, and they usually you don't see pulsars in competitive play too much. At least in the NA side, at least some teams don't run them. Like our team, V-Respawn, Alpha Deers doesn't run them too often.
Squad ready.
We're seeing like triple Comet and 1 Meteor on Sovereign side with triple heal and 1 threat scan, and then double det, double and steal. Those tac mods and ordinances are again standard. I'm not surprised to not see any Novas in Sovereign's team. I don't really see any of them like being like major Nova players. I know Voodoo did play. I think Voodoo and Dazzy used to play a little bit of Nova, but they've both switched over to long range at least. Dazzy plays a lot of Meteor now, and Voodoo plays a lot of Comet. So.
Yeah, this is a long range map here. I really expect Sovereign Nation to come out on top.
Okay, we'll see. Find out which defensive person wins the race. Usually, at least it's tradition, at least on the NA side, to race to the payload. So, let's see. Oh, it looks like it's gonna be Voodoo. And Voodoo wins the payload race. What an average, just by a mile and a half. Holy crap! I think the rest of his team doesn't know about the Great Flamingo race, but we'll see how it looks like for a long-range team now. Like they're sitting up really close right now. Oh, they're moving farther back. They might be taking false positions because the attacking team can basically see where the defensive team are up until they leave the war room because of the map. So we'll see if they'll switch positions after the attackers come out. And we have the attackers coming out with their double Pulsar, double Nova loadout, and we instantly see a threat scan coming out the attacker team. And we see a super close play by a Pulsar, or by a Meteor 07, which was Voodoo. For a long-range loadout, defense team is playing like both really close and really far. Oh, Swingley is the first to fall with first blood from Jonas. Oh, let's see, we're gonna get a pick here. It looks like they're gonna get a pick. Oh, yep, they get a pick, which is super important. Although they do wipe the rest. Yep, there goes the rest of them. But again, attacking team can come back so fast. They're gonna come back, like the entire team's gonna be back before the other defender gets anywhere near close. Right there, you can see the attackers are back, and the other defender hasn't even shown up on our portion of the map yet. So it's just gonna kind of snowball here. Dazzy's gonna fall again, so we're seeing Swingley switched back to triple Nova here. Let's see, Swingley Jonas dies, so though Swingley traded out for both of them, they're out refrag. It's like, oh, Jock is dead, and that's just gonna be the first point, like clean sweep. But just only took him a minute to get to the point. I wonder if defensive team, they gotta try and push up or they gotta try and hold. Oh, so it's like we got one guy up in the ceiling and one guy around the edge. It's kind of a dangerous position for them, like especially since how many Novas their enemy team is running. All they do is just come up close and just smack you right in the face, and that's about it. Dan Scott's kind of hanging. Oh, he gets tapped, so he's gonna have to hide for a couple of seconds until he auto heals, or they're just gonna wait. One Meteor, one Detonator to clean up all the payload right there. We'll see how that's. We're seeing a lot of like defensive, like close play, and then more room, which is again like a standard kind of strategy. A lot of teams play up in that area. We see like defenders pushing up in alley room though, and side room by themselves. More Meteor plays. Let's see, we're still on one Meteor. Oh, double Aloe and Vibinator fall with Jock goes. How's this gonna go? Is he gonna lose another one? It looks like he's super low. Oh, there we go. Dan Scott dies. Again, this is another, like, defense has a super long spawn for this. So, attack can kind of walk on a mountain of courses here, but they do need a little bit of smart about it. You can see he just got back, and they're just kind of crabbing in the payload, and that's just a great way to die right there. They needed to get all of them, like right there we saw like one of their team just hanging back. They should have all pressed W at the same time, pushed that payload into the room, and then mobbed somebody, because they were just getting like eaten alive by detonators and meteors and comets and stuff right there.
Yeah, if he would have at least participated in dealing some of that damage, they would have been a lot better off than just trailing in one at a time. At least they're grouping up now.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit more. We're seeing a bit more. A lot more grouping. We're seeing a quad boost straight into that room. A quad Nova again. Looks like Swingley's team is just gonna try and like not quite walking a mountain of corpses here, but they are just gonna try and brute force this, and it works out. They just all jump on payload. Sovereign has to contest, and they just get shredded by the quad novas. That was a really smart play by Swingley, honestly. Like, they knew it was so close that if they just jumped on it, Sovereign would have to contest, and they just don't have that close range ability. Right, you can see Sovereign is now switching off to 2 Novas right now. Like, so we got Voodoo and Dazzy on Nova, and we have Jock still on Meteor. Yeah, they were trying to run triple Comet, and they just didn't have any close range ability. Like, some Comets can do that, like, but it's really hard, and against like Quad Nova, that's just not gonna. And we see Voodoo just rush in there and instantly die. We have a lot of time. The Swingley's team has like 4 minutes to push this all the way to the point, and they're still running their Quad Nova loadout. And Sovereign has like realized that maybe we should run some close range stuff to just try and keep the enemy Novas at arm's reach. And there we go. Vibinator falls. Jonas dies. Dan Scott goes. Oh, payload's really low though. They might be. Oh, Voodoo goes down. They're able to pull that out of their ass. And Alu dies, and then it looks like. Yep, there you go. Swingley's the last one to fall. Let's see. Is Swingley's team trying to? Looks like they might be going in as a pair. Oh no, it looks like they're waiting for their whole team, which is again really smart. Glad to really see that a lot of teams doing that. Like that's a really smart strategy. And feeding in one at a time is just asking to lose.
Oh no.
Oh, looks like they missed up the boosting line, so. A bit slower coming out. We see all 4 of them on hill, all 4 defensive guys on hill. Oh, we see someone going way in the back. Swingley's trying to pick off Jonas back here, I guess, or at least mess with him. Oh, we see 2 defense guys fall. They've been pushed off the hill, back away from payload. We see Swingley. Oh, he managed to kill Jock, and we may. Jonas managed to survive for a little bit, but maybe they'll get him here. Honestly, it looks like they're just gonna clean sweep this. It looks like they're just gonna push this straight in. But if defense team switch, oh, there we go. We got the double by Dazzy. What an amazing play! Managed to just pull that off by himself. Looks like the last guy here is that. Oh, Dan Scott falls. Again, I think a quad Nova play here couldn't be too bad. All they have to do is just jump on payload, and then the defending team has to contest. And they're just gonna get shredded by the single Nova. They do have a bunch of meteors now, so that could help a little bit. And an arc mine. The arc mine could actually save their ass right now. Because this is probably what's gonna happen. I think Swingley's is. Oh, what a detonator to destroy the arc mine! That was insane! He knew that coming, he saw it, did it, and he read it perfectly and ended it, and they got the checkpoint. What a play! I don't know whose detonator that was, but whoever read it perfectly just won them that round. I am honestly shocked. I didn't think they'd read that play, but that was perfect. Straight up, he saw there's an arc mine there. I've got to get rid of it, but I get there. Detonators can clear us out. Just threw that in there, cleared it out, jumped on it, pushed it in, done. Problem solved. So we see still a quad Nova loadout on defense. No long range, not even any meteors. Is like I don't think this is. I think they're gonna get punished for this one really hard. I don't think this is gonna work because they're not really gonna be able to dive on the payload that well. Sure, they can boost, but at the end of the day, like a Sovereign can just keep them at arm's length, especially with the trip. Oh, who won the race? And it was Dazzy, I think it was, or Alu.
Alu.
Yeah, it was Alu won the race. What do you think? Oh, we're seeing a stun out on Sovereign's team.
Well, after that round, I don't know who's going to win. It's going to be a close game, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know. Like, Swingley really cleaned that up. Like, Swingley's team really, just kind of took that like pretty well. Honestly, they were pretty smart about adapting more or less, and Sovereign had to adapt a little bit too. And once Sovereign was forced off their preferred loadout, it kind of like fell apart for them a little bit. Oh, we see a large amount of aggressiveness here coming from Sovereign's team. Let's see if they're able to get
That's the way they should be. That's the only way they're going to win it, was doing this right here.
Yeah, and there you go, clean sweep. Oh, we got half of them, not quite a clean sweep, but the defensive can't really do anything. This is probably just going to be the clean fourth. Jonas is going straight to payload, ignoring the last.
Oh, it's going to be close.
So Swingley gonna fall here? Oh, Swingley does fall, which is an amazing stagger. Honestly, Swingley should just like either ran away or died. But we can see like the failings of the quad Nova here. Like half the team was just like unable to really help the other guys as they were getting murdered because they were just on their own and unable to fire from any kind of range. We see the defensive team going straight past, missing the grab on the payload. Oh, Jock dies. Vibrator goes down though. Again, the 3v3 now. Oh, we see a flanking Nova getting one. Getting two? Oh crap. We see defense just fall. I don't. Yep, that's like he eases the insta heal. He's not gonna get away from this one though. That was a. Again, he just staggered himself and his team. The attacker's just gonna clean this up. I think the attackers are pure. I think Sovereign's probably gonna clean this up a bit faster than Swingley's team did. It took them about a minute, and it's like they've done it in about a minute 30. Although they still have a chance. Oh, they do just like dunk on payload and completely stop it, throwing insta heals everywhere. You see dozens of hundreds of insta heals coming out all over the place. Swingley does die. By the way, does die. They do get jocked though. Alu goes down. And the other guy is just whoever, like Swingley, or is that Voodoo? He's just trying to like get away if he can. Or it's Dan Scott trying to get away. And we see Sovereign about clear this about 10 seconds faster or so. Yeah, about 10 seconds faster. We do see more defensive stuff coming out. Dan Scott and Vibin are getting murdered though. That's really bad for them. They can just have most of the attacking team can just push straight into that room and hold them down. And they just got one guy in the payload to just move for free.
Payload mobilized.
You can see like that's what Sovereign's do, or that's what Sovereign's doing right now. Swingley's team is trying to do a little bit of stacking up. It looks like they're just gonna go as a pair and just try and kill some of these guys, but I just don't see that working right now. I think they got too aggressive, too late, or too early, however you wanna. Too late or too early, depending on how you look at it, and they just got punished for it. And now here, the defensive team is just gonna get kind of butchered in this little tiny hole.
Payload mobilized.
Like they trade 3 of their defending members for 1 attacker, and they still have control of that room. Especially with like the crazy amount of spawn differentials between the 2 teams, attackers have got this one for free.
Oh, they're waiting. That's good.
Yeah, they are waiting, but they're running out of time and they're having to push straight in. Vibrator goes down instantly. Are you gonna be able to touch it? Oh, they do touch it for a split second, but they're unable. We see a detonator coming up, destroying the arc line again, but again, it's not enough to stop it.
Payload mobilized.
4 minutes and 20 seconds for Sovereign's team to push it all the way to the end, and we see a really aggressive boost coming straight out of here. Oh, they're gonna go and train the flank tunnel, trying maybe get a pick or 2.
Delivery
They're
accelerated.
exposed.
Yeah, they are very exposed, but maybe they can. Oh, the threat scans go out. Oh, Sovereign or Swingley's team made a tactical mistake and used both threat scans at the same time. A trade of 1 for 1. Oh, it's like 2 for 2 now,
Mobilized.
and they're still moving the payload. Defense has just got to get on that payload. We're still seeing Quad Nova from a defending team here. I don't know why they're not switching to something else right now, because like they should switch to like at least 1 meteor, honestly, just to keep like some suppression in that payload. But it's just not working out for them. We're still like, at the end of the day, the meteors and novas on Sovereign's team are just decimating the Quad Novas on Swingley's team, because they've got the novas to hold down the other ones and the meteors to give them support. And it's just not working. And we see that again, Swingley's team is feeding in 1 by 1.
Like,
you see another. Yeah, Swingley is. Let's see. Is Dan Scott gonna try and feed it again? He does, and he dies. And he gets nobody. Like Swingley is making it. They need to like take a breather. Their time for a breather was like 5 minutes ago, when like that, and they've just been feeding in right now, and they just kind of snowballed themselves into a loss because they don't really have enough time to stack up to try and push that. Their only hope right now is, I guess, is to try and delay some time with detonators. What they do is just didn't like grab quad det and then just get them off the payload for just another second.
Wow.
Right there, they're at 2.5, almost 3 minutes. Sovereign pushes it in, so we're gonna go to a 3rd round. Now in this 3rd round, Swingley's team is now getting attacked with the same amount of time they ended, and they don't get any additional time for the checkpoints they reach. So we'll see how this goes. Again, there's a massive kill differential, which again doesn't mean anything, but we see just a lot more kills and the objective damage by Jonas's team. Sovereign, it's just insane. They're able to lay that fire down with those meteors and just suppress the Quad Nova completely. See you later, and Swingley is still trying to play the Quad Nova. I don't see this working. Like, maybe for attack it'll work. It worked last time, but we'll see what happens, honestly. I think it's up in the air. Like both teams have gotten really close. Oh, we're seeing a pulsar coming up from Swingley's team, so they are trying to get at least a little bit of range in there. But I think a meteor would be better. Meteor's just a better pulsar. It's just better at like you can kill people quicker, you can suppress people better. It's just Meteor's just a better pulsar right now. We're seeing a threat scan coming out from Jonas's team.
Delivery accelerated.
And all 4 of Swingley's team are on payload, and this is not gonna work for them. They're just gonna burn all their insta-heals trying to get like 10 meters or something, and it's just, oof. What they need to do is they need to like leave like 1 person on payload or nobody on payload, rush out and get like 1 pick, and then they can all die for 1 guy, and then do it again and again and again and again. Oh, and we see like 2 offensives go down instantly. It's kind of hectic. 3 offenders go down instantly. All 4 complete team wipe with Dazzy cleaning up 3 of them for himself. What a play by him. He just dunked in that payload with his Nova Buddy Voodoo, and they just kind of crushed the enemy right there. Oh, looks like they're having some close comms issues on Jock's side, but again, they're just trying to get into that payload, and they're just cleaning them up with meteors, detonators, and just dunking on them with Novas. And it's just not. They need to switch to some kind of range here. That Pulsar is just not doing enough for them. To the end of the day, they can basically just out heal that with good peeling, insta heals, and healing, and it's just they just can't. They need 1 pick. It's like CEU later needs to look at 1 person, go, okay, this guy has to die, and then just get him and kill him, and then go, okay, now this guy has to die, and then get him and then kill him. They haven't gotten a single kill on defense right now. They haven't been able to get a single pick, I think, and it's really hampering them. They've only got 30 seconds, and they've barely gotten any distance at all. What do you think, Trez?
Yeah, well, they're grouping up now. Hopefully they can make a little push here. They lost 1 already.
And like again, we see Voodoo dunking. Oh, Dazzy and Voodoo go down. Finally, they get some picks. Jonas and Jock are still up, I believe. Or is it just Jonas? Oh, Jonas gets a double. He might be able to. Oh no! So
wow.
So what happens right now? Even though they don't get any more time, the timer is gonna stop. So they do have like a minute to breathe and stuff. Well, the payload is lowering down to the new track level. So we see some time for both teams to sort themselves out, take a breather, figure out what they're gonna do, and go for it again. And now here's overtime. And now here's where Sovereign's gonna win right here. Going with quad Nova and just crush it, or with meteors, whatever. And see right there, bam, it's over. See, all they did was just move in, crush them. And a CEU later simply just couldn't keep them at arm's length with all those Novas. What they should have done, I think, was send at least 2, probably 3 into the room, and then just try and hold them down while they got more distance on that payload. Like, sitting on that payload is just a recipe for disaster. You set all 4 of them on top of each other, that's Meteor and Detonator Haven. You just killed, like, the entire team with 2 detonators, and then done. Clean them up. So, I want to see some more long-range stuff come out of Swingley. Like, I think Swingley switching to a Comet here would be really, really good for his team. I guess they're still wanting to set in this triple Nova stuff. We are seeing 2 threat scans coming out of them though, and we're seeing quad heal come out of Sovereign's team. So what do you think, Trez? How do you think this is gonna go?
I'm thinking it would be nice if the overlays would work correctly.
Yeah. I barely noticed.
Starting in.
10 seconds. Let's see. Oh, I didn't get to see who won the payload race.
6.
Oh
crap.
no.
5, 4.
Yeah, sorry,
3,
Kimzo. This map, we'll see how close this is gonna be.
No.
We may go to a 3rd map or not, so we'll find out.
It looks like we're having technical difficulties and are unable to see the game.
Oh crap. Well, right now we can see some go. Oh, trade 1 for 1. Oh, 2 defenders fall already, so that's not great for the defenders. That's the 3rd one. I think that's actually all of them. I think all of them have fallen. Oh, and you can see Swingley's team is pushing right up there, and they're just gonna move that payload just straight up in there. I think Sovereign's pretty much got this on lock now. Again, like those early picks on, like, if you're an attacker, getting those early picks means everything. Like, you waste your entire team to kill 1 guy, and that's fine. We're seeing some long-range stuff going out. It's really hard to see from this angle due to some technical difficulties, but it looks like it's a 3-on-3 right now. Looks like we got some. Oh, we see another defender fall, and now it's just 1 guy left, and they were unable to get even a single kill off this.
Payload mobilized.
Has the 2D cam failed, Trez?
It has failed.
Okay, so right now Trez is just sitting here on his own in VR. So we'll see how this goes. It looks like, oh, are we back to the 2D cam?
Delivery accelerated. Delivery accelerated.
And we see, oh, defensive trading out for all of them? Oh, looks like 2 trade for most of the team here. Oh, Vibrator pulling his team back, trying to get them to, because they can't lose any more people here because the spawns. Vibrator may be on his own here. Can't quite see. Oh, he's getting up. There's 2 of them. Oh, let's see. We got like aggressiveness coming out from Sovereign. Oh, they managed to just take him off just barely.
Payload returning.
Looks like we see 2 guys hiding over there in the rubble area. That's my personal call up for that. But we see some threat scans coming out, some heals coming out. It looks like they're just trying to keep them suppressed while they get in the payload right there. Yeah. Oh, you can see some detonator action coming out, waiting for their last teammate coming. Comes into the clutch, and looks like they're gonna clear out the attackers again. Oh, Dazzy took out the arc mine. Oh, no, it looks like 2 on 2. Jonas is like the last one left, possibly. It's still really hard to see.
Payload returning.
Jock's right there, feeding in, just dies. Oh, looks like another more defender's dead. Jonas again is moving up, and he's got voodoo to hang him down. But we see a double stack coming in here. They missed the ground. Oh, arc mine. Oh, nope, arc mine instantly goes down. Everyone's off the payload for some reason. Maybe I'd be able to chance to get this cleared out.
Oh no!
Oh, trade out on the payload, wasting some more time. 30 seconds just to barely move it. I don't know if they can hold this off. They may just... Whew. They've got some time to stack together, but the Swingley's team is going to have to play super aggressive here, which is usually what they want anyway, but it's going to be really hard for them to defend this area. Oh, 1 defender goes down, another defender goes down, and that's it. That's the game. Yep, there we go.
Round complete. Attack squad victory.
So obviously the last portion of that game wasn't great. We didn't really see a whole lot, but it looks like that attackers were able to get enough picks over and over and over again that they were able to just slowly push back the defenders. And then defenders didn't get enough distance farther into that tunnel to really be able to hold it anywhere there. Like their only chance was to hold it at that checkpoint right there, and they just couldn't do it. Like they held it for 30 seconds. They had 30 seconds left. If they could hold it just for a little bit longer, they could have did it. But that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, that game kind of turned out how I expected. Although I wasn't thinking it was going to go that long, but it was a pretty close game, and that turned out pretty good.
Yeah, this game is over. Hopefully, we're gonna switch over to another one soon. We're having to we might have to like take a few minutes to figure out these technical issues, but we're gonna hop straight into another game as soon as we possibly can. I think it's 4 for 4, and plus Ultra, I believe, is the next match.
All right,
Let me
swap
check
to our
for sure.
sponsor video.